I just challenged 3 music composers to create the best video game OST for the new upcoming indie game, Symbiote. This is a high-speed 3D action platformer where you play as a frog girl fighting to take back her home from an evil corporation. The gameplay is all about momentum and acrobatics, so we don't just need a background song. We need a track that pumps you with adrenaline and makes you want to go fast. But here's the catch. The composers only have 14 days to compose finished music that matches the insane speed of the gameplay. And the winner? The winner gets a guaranteed placement of their track in the game and the opportunity to become the lead composer for the entire game. 3 styles, 1 frog girl, 1 big opportunity up for grabs. We will follow the entire process of this challenge through the eyes of our competitor Maple Colossus, aka Tim, who recorded daily vlogs over the 14 days. The challenge starts now.
Hey, what's going on? This is day 1 of creating my first piece for the music competition for the Symbiote video game. I'm super excited to dive into this. Today I thought would be more so just about research, but I ended up having a little bit more inspiration, and I had some melodies that I kind of hummed to myself and some voice memos that I've repurposed for this. I started with picking out the scale. I went with F sharp minor. I felt like that one sounded pretty cool, and just did some research on different 4-chord progressions, and I came up with this 1, 4, 3, and then a major 5th to kind of bring a little bit more tension or interest as it kind of loops. So there's a little sneak peek here on the side. I'll bring up Noteflight here.
The crazy part, this is only Tim's 3rd composition that he's ever made.
Excited to see what happens in day 2. This is day 2 of making a track for the Symbiote game challenge. I had a little bit of time to actually pull out my notebook and take some notes on the structure of the songs. It is day 3. What I did get done is adding on a little bit to my melody for the chorus and adding a little bit of embellishments to it. Let's kind of listen to it. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Is day 6. Today, got a good amount done. I started dabbling into writing a bridge. This is what it sounds like right now. What's up, everybody? It is day 9. I made great progress on the bridge and the guitar solo. I think it's in a pretty dang good spot. I sent it off to Dan in the Music Maker posts, questions, and feedback. It's got the energy, it's got the vibes, it's got the melodic feeling that I kind of wanted to get out of it.
Quick context before we keep going. Every composer in this challenge is a member of my Gamer Music Creator Guild. That's why you just heard Tim mention that he was going to submit his work in progress to me for feedback. It's so I could actually help him take his piece to the next level. All the composers are doing this challenge on top of full-time jobs, which is why we gave them 14 days to begin with, instead of the typical 24 to 48 hours that you would expect for a turnaround time on a track of this length. The whole point is to help these composers ship legit game-ready tracks and stack real game credits while they're leveling up their skills as composers. If you want to compose music for real games and see your music at the same level of quality as the OSTs you love on Spotify, YouTube Music, and Apple Music, you can apply now for the Gamer Music Creator Guild in the description below. Click the link and apply now.
It's at least 80% there, so I'm pretty happy with it. Here's the guitar solo. Today's the day, folks. It is the last day of the challenge, and I have submitted it. It is done. I went through a few rounds of mixing by myself and then also getting some feedback from Dan. And then I put it through Ozone's quick little mixing algorithm so that way it's, at least somewhat polished, not perfectly mastered, but it sounds really nice. So I'm happy with how it came out. I just needed to tweak some instruments here and there, add some reverb, take away some reverb, play around with some more settings, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. It sounded like this when I was done in No Flight.
And now let's jump to the judging to see what we've got from our fantastic contestants. I'll be joined by Alex Donahue, the lead developer at Trickster, the company creating Symbiote, and he'll decide the fate of these 3 composers and pick who is going to feature in the upcoming indie game. So, I have removed all possible identifying information to make this as fair as possible to the composers.
Ooh. That was great. That was seriously great. I loved that. I loved, like, first of all, for what I'm working on, for the game I'm working on, he really nailed, or he or she, whoever made this, really nailed the sense of, like, momentum in the song, right? Like, the drum beat is just, it's kicking the whole time, and then the guitar really, like, amps that up, just like da 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 da, and, like, you feel that forward movement through the whole piece, and it changes constantly. Like, it never sits still. There's, like, every, like, 20 seconds or so, there's just a new part that moves in, and it just keeps it interesting the whole way.
So, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you score this?
I want to give it a 4. The reason I want to give it a 4 instead of a 5 is just because, like, I'm trying to see where I would want to put it, I guess, is kind of the best thing, right? Because it's an intense track, and it honestly might be a little too intense for the like level that I was originally picturing this for.
Interesting.
But that's not a bad thing. I mean, I could always put it somewhere else, so that's fine.
Awesome. So it might actually be for something that's, like, even more challenging.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, now we did the first one. We're going to do a randomizer to pick the next one. Keep it as fair as possible. In randomizer, we have number 1. Let's do it.
It almost kind of gives me like a Mega Man vibe in a way. Not what I expected, but it really has that sense of momentum. Like, I'm like tapping my feet to it. I'm like thinking I could totally see, like, trying to move to this beat. When you play a game like this, sometimes you kind of just subconsciously, like, I'm going to jump when the beat hits. I'm going to hit when the beat hits, And I feel like more than any of the others, this one really nailed that feel.
Is the standout thing for the momentum for you the fact that it was drising the whole side, but it never let up? And so that really comes down to the rhythm section too. That's like the drums, bass, guitar, just cooking the whole way through, no stop, that continuous feeling, like as if you're playing a Sonic game. And overall, see,
5. That was really cool.
That's your first 5 rated so far today.
Right now it's between like that one and 3 really impressed me. So I'm excited to see what 2 has to offer.
All right, number 2, let's do it.
cool. That one was really cool. It's like, I think when we were talking about like Sonic tracks, that one felt the most like one. And one thing that was really interesting that that it did is it's it had a bunch of tempo changes, but the melody, it was very consistent. Like it was the same for a lot of that track.
So, brief 1 to 5. How would you say that filled on brief?
I'd say it was a 5 on the brief for sure. I mean, it really fits the vibe of what I was going for. I could see it in that level. Like I'm all the time listening to these tracks, I'm like trying to picture the game in my head. And I kind of want to go and like, when we're done here, just like play my game on mute and just like listen to these tracks and just like feel it out in person,
First up, we have our third place composer who's walking away with $100 thanks to Trickster. Our second place composer is going to be walking away with $150 from Trickster. And now we're going to reveal the winner, getting guaranteed placement in Symbiote and the chance to become the lead composer for the whole game. So you all now just realized who the top 3 are. Take a look to your left and your right. You made it. We've completely removed all identifying information from the music that developer Alex has listened to. And so you guys are not going to know what the numbers mean of the pieces of music, and he has no idea who did what. So, Alex, when we left off with your first listen of the pieces, we had the highest possible score was 10. We had 2 pieces at a 9. We had 1 piece at a 10. We had some close scores. So tell us a little bit about the process you went through to get clear on who the winner was going to be.
So after that initial listen, I felt really good that I had like a bunch of different options to choose from. And I just had to really feel like what fit my game. Because out of the songs, there were things I liked about all of them, but your 3 really stood out. I just listened to it again while actually playing the game with the internal music muted, so I could just get a feel for what it was like actually playing it, if it would play well. Part of that was playing one of the songs like on loop over and over, just to see if like it would get repetitive if you repeated the level over and over.
We're going to start with third place. So what number piece made into third place?
So third place was track 1.
Track 1 is Amphibian by Jeremiah. Congratulations, third place. Well done.
Go.
What was something that really stood out to you about track 1?
So what I really thought was cool about track 1 is I actually thought it was like a really good piece. And I feel like you went in a little bit of a different direction than I expected, but I liked it. It just wasn't the fit for what I wanted for my game.
Awesome. And who made it into second place? Which number?
So second place was track 2.
And what did you like about track 2?
With track 2, it was just like a really like cool vibe. I thought it was like probably the most like metal sounding song, and it was really high energy, and I really did feel like it would fit the game. My only thing is there was some moments in there that felt like they were a little bit repetitive and would just like keep the energy too high and didn't have enough of a break. It was really great on a first listen. It was just a hair lower than the other one.
And track 2 is Ride or Fly by Maple Colossus. Congratulations, second place, which means our winner is Fury by Exavon, aka Alex number 3.
Let's go. Congrats, man.
Congrats, Alex.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I really love that track. It was so fun to listen to because it is really good sense of like forward momentum. And I felt that way with all 3 tracks, which is why they were up there. But with yours in particular, you had this guitar melody that just changed all throughout the track. And it just made it really fun to listen to, like no matter how many times I put it on. So
I've been doing that.
awesome.
Amazing. Congratulations, everyone.
Woo! Yeah.
Exabot is the winner of the Symbiote Soundtrack Challenge, and his piece of music will be featured in the game. Stay tuned for more challenges like this, and if you like this video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you thought could be better, and I'll see you in the next challenge.